In late, Peeler with the dish to Garnett. Poked in the eye on the jam, but it was the Wolves poking Philly in the eye on this one. They've won 10 of them, especially in raucous Minnesota. And the Red Hawk Timberwolves try to extend their impressive streak in the NBA, but they would have to get past Philly and the league's top scorer. Stay with us. Stars Jerry West and Michael Jordan were in attendance at the Staples Center and as the Lakers took on the Denver Nuggets, and this one would be all Kobe Bryant. Kobe doing it all in the first half there on the alley-oop slam, and then more from Kobe right here from Brian Shaw. The Lakers opening up a huge lead, and Michael Jordan was enjoying the Kobe show. Check it out here. Time winding down, and Kobe from 35 feet, nothing but the bottom of the net. He had 17 points in the first quarter and 27 in the first half. Second half, more Kobe. Reverse layup, good. Lakers dominating throughout. This time off the Glenn Rice miss. Kobe gets the ball and dumps it to Shaq. Shaq had 31 points, 19 rebounds, and 9 assists. The Lakers win this one easily by 35.
Monster game for San Antonio's Tim Duncan against the visiting Utah Jazz. The native of the Virgin Islands was a one-man show, dumping in a career-high 46 points. That was just under 50% of his team's total points, the highest in the league this season. Terry Porter clinched the win with this late three-pointer as the champs rallied from 9 back to win by 7, busting up Utah's 6-game winning streak and recapturing first place in the Midwest Division from the Jazz. Well, Boston Celtics Ukrainian star Vitaly Potapenko giving cranial buzz cuts to fans who had no job interviews in the next couple of months prior to Boston games with Vancouver. But Potapenko showing that you don't really need to be like Samson to come up big. Needs no hair. He had 12 points in the first quarter, but the Grizzlies would come back strong. Earlier, Pedro had all Kobe. I give you all Mike Bibby. 16 points in the first half. The Potapenko fans not pleased. Look at a pretty reverse there by Bibby to tie the game. And then in the fourth quarter, the three-pointer from the top of the key. A career-high 33 for the son of the former NBA great as the Grizzlies won 112-103 for their third straight road win. That is a franchise best. Denver Nuggets, and who else? Kobe Bryant going to work. Pedro very jealous that this was not in his highlight package because we saved it for the play of the day. This is the highlight of his 30-point night, and it's our World Sports play of the day. Allen and Tim Thomas popping in jumpers as the Bucks had a 22-point lead at the half, and it would get much worse for the Hornets. No defense there as Allen waltzed in for the easy slam, and by the time the dust had settled, the Hornets had lost by 50 points, the worst loss in team history. To buck that streak again, well, Scott Williams showing just about what you have to do to slow down the Lakers. Shaquille O'Neal, Shaq unstoppable in this game. The big slam there, tied at 26 after the first quarter. Now ahead to the fourth quarter, the Lakers had built a comfortable lead, and Kobe made it even more comfortable. 22 points for the youngsters, and the Lakers were up 16 at that point. And then Shaq goes back to work, getting the big rebound. He had 27 points and 10 rebounds in this game as the Lakers cruised to a 103-104 win for their 16th straight win. That is second longest in team history, but still 17 to go to tie the NBA record of 33. New York Knicks visiting the Detroit Pistons. That's Latrell Sprewell wreaking havoc as he normally does. The big slam. Spree with 23, and New York had a 2-point lead at half. Third quarter, Lindsey Hunter getting involved for the Pistons in a big way. 3 from each side of the wing. He had a season-high 29, and Detroit built a 4-point lead. Later in the third quarter, Grant Hill. Nice baseline move past Sprewell, part of a 13-0 Detroit run. Jeff Van Gundy not pleased. And then Hunter with the block, kicks it ahead to Jerry Stackhouse. He had 29, and the Pistons impressive 114-108 victory. Went at it, and this is Tim Duncan kicking off a large game. You'll remember he had 46 versus the Jazz the last time out. Here going past Vlade Divac. Duncan didn't have 46, but a very fine 33-point effort to go with 20 rebounds. Fourth quarter, Chris Webber asserts himself. The finger roll past Duncan, then he drains the jumper over Duncan. Then he drives down the lane. He'd score one more point than Duncan. And the Kings would score 4 more than the Spurs to snap San Antonio's 3-game winning streak.
From Toronto, where the Raptors took on Milwaukee. It was a tough game for Ray Allen. Collides there with teammate Doug Christie. Then later on in the post, Vince Carter hits Allen with the elbow. Allen had to leave the game and get some plugs in his nose. It'll be a huge game for Vince Carter on the break here. He hits the floater in the lane. Carter can do it from the outside as well. From downtown on the wing, no problem with that. He had 23 points at the half. The Raptors did trail by 1 at that point. Well, second half, same story. Carter there, then comes off the screen and drains another jumper. Raptors up 1 after 3 quarters. And then in the fourth, he brings out his dunk arsenal. Check out this one here. Gets his own rebound and dunks on the opposite side. Then he turns it on right here. Muggsy Bogues, he knows what to do. Dish it out to Carter. Big windmill slam. He had 47 points. That's a career high and a franchise high for any Toronto player. The Raptors win by 5.
Mike Dunleavy's Portland visited Phoenix on Friday looking for their 10th win in 11 games, but Suns guard Jason Kidd has other ideas. He deflects the ball to teammate Todd Day, who gives it right back to Kidd for the layup. Then Kidd draws 3 defenders down low before dishing the ball to Rodney Rogers with a slam. Kidd finishing the evening with 17 points and 8 assists. In the third quarter, things get ugly for Portland when Rasheed Wallace picks up a pair of technical fouls after arguing with the referee. A very animated Wallace would need to be restrained by his teammates before heading for an early shower. Determined Scottie Pippen would spark a Trailblazers rally, outscoring Phoenix by 31 points in the second half. After the steal and layup, Pippen hits from downtown. Blazers win by 22, Pippen finishing with 13 points and also 9 rebounds.
Upset over the Portland Trailblazers, Finley with 32 points in this game. Later on, Hubert Davis sealed the win with his 3-point shooting, making 4 of 5 from beyond the arc. He had 21 points as the Mavericks win by 8, improving their record to 12-24. Portland falls to 28-9. People were hurt. Didn't get off to a good start in this game. They trailed by 15 at the half, much in part to the play of Marcus Camby. A big block leading to this dunk by Latrell Sprewell. And later it would be Camby doing the damage himself. Getting the pass down low and then finishing it off strongly with the dunk. Second half, Hornets battle back. David Wesley takes the outlet pass, heads up court, and drives through the lane, getting the layup. But the Knicks were too tough. In the fourth quarter, Chris Childs to Kurt Thomas. He gets the 2 and the foul. And later on, it's Allen Houston who feeds Camby for the dunk. He had 14 points and 10 rebounds. Hornets lose their 7th straight game. The Knicks win this one by 12.
It's against the visiting Denver Nuggets. This guy missed the morning shoot-around because of the flu, but he lit up America West Arena for a Jordan-esque 50 points in a 113-100 Phoenix victory. It was the first 50-point game in the league this season. Jersey will be retired by the team. The Hornets hosting the Toronto Raptors, whose Vince Carter hammers home the rebound. 24 points for Carter. But with heavy hearts, the Hornets staged a monstrous rally. Derek Coleman, the big basket inside, part of a 25-0 run. And when the dust cleared, the Hornets had themselves a 115-94 victory. And an emotional moment afterward as the Hornets gathered for a team prayer to remember Bobby Phills.
And this is genuine, Steve. It's Lakers' third quarter.
At the Staples Center in Los Angeles, the Lakers hosted Seattle. Kobe Bryant doing some damage early. He had 15 points and a career-high 14 rebounds. On to the fourth quarter now, where the Sonics came up with some big shots. Ruben Patterson with a big dunk there, and then Gary Payton hits a clutch 3-pointer to give Seattle a 1-point lead. He had 36 in the game. Now, the Lakers did have one last chance to win it, but both Bryant and Robert Horry can't find the hole. Sonics win their 5th straight game.
Ball to Seattle.
Great game in Minnesota between the Timberwolves and the visiting Indiana Pacers. That's 36-year-old Chris Mullin showing he can still pop from the outside, nailing the 3-pointer. And then Mullin picks off the William Avery pass and takes it down for the layup. Indiana by 3 at the half. Third quarter, Austin Crozier makes the great save here. Mark Jackson, the great no-look to the Dutchman, Rick Smits. The Pacers by 10 after 3, but in the fourth quarter, here come the Timberwolves. Kevin Garnett for 2 of his career-high 37. Now under 7 seconds remaining, The Pacers trailing by 1, but Mark Jackson gets a little baby hook to go. Now, under 2 seconds left to go. The Timberwolves inbound it to Malik Sealy, and not sure if that's what he wanted to do, but the result worked. It goes down the Timberwolves with a dramatic 101-100 victory. And they win their 12th game in their last.
President of Operations was at the MCI Center as the Wizards took on the Dallas Mavericks. The Mavs racing to a 6-point lead with Dirk Nowitzki's slam. Later in the second quarter, Tracy Murray had a chance to tie it up with a 3. He misses, but Jahidi White is there for the putback. Wizards down by just 1. In the third quarter, a monster dunk by Gary Trent from Dallas that even MJ himself would have been proud of. Dallas, though, running away with it and piling on the points. Nowitzki nails the 3 and is fouled. Mavs up by 12. Fourth quarter now, and Dallas looking very loose. Nowitzki to Finley for the 3. It wasn't spoiling the night, though, of the Wizards' new co-owner, enjoying himself with another Washington resident. But make no bones about it, Jordan, with plenty of wood running out in the first half. John Thomas to Carter, who nails the 35-footer. That's about 10 meters. Boston won the game, but Carter, with yet another trick up his sleeve, gets our World Sport play of the day.
For their 7th straight win, visiting the Milwaukee Bucks. Second quarter, Sonics running. That's Gary Payton, the no-look pass to Vin Baker for the wraparound basket. He finished with 31 in the game. The Sonics by 10 at the half. Early third quarter, Baker will miss the jumper, but Ruben Patterson there to clean house. The Sonics by 12 at that juncture, but the Bucks would come storming back. Ray Allen to Tim Thomas for the wide-open alley-oop dunk. Suddenly, we're tied at 92, but Payton took over down the stretch. Here, the high-arching runner off the glass for the deuce, and then on the very next possession, he takes the pass from Baker and buries the 3 to ice it. 22 points and 10 rebounds for the glove as the Sonics beat the Bucks and Coach George Karl for the first time since he left for Milwaukee.
Louisville breaking against DePaul, and Reese Gaines saving it from going out of bounds. Touch passes it to Tony Williams for the lay-in. Let's see it again. Gaines with an incredible effort. The sweet no-look touch pass for our World Sport play of the day.
Cliff Robinson and the Suns. Robinson had 50 points the last time these two teams met. No such heroics, although he did have 24 points in the game. Now it was Rafe LaFrentz who had the hot hand for the Nuggets in the second quarter. Drains a 3 right there, and then doing the damage again from downtown. Part of a 21-7 run by Denver as they had a 4-point lead at the half. Now the fourth quarter, Suns start to pull away. Kidd with a steal and then lays it in. More from the Suns. This time it's Ronnie Rogers going by LaFrentz with a big dunk. Suns up by 7. Now the Nuggets did make a run. Brian Stith had 3 3-pointers in the fourth quarter as the Suns come back within 4. But it was just too much Kidd down the lane. Kidd runs over Van Exel, hits the tough jumper. He had 24 points and 12 assists. The Suns win this one by 2. We find out action from the second quarter. It's Marcus Camby with the steal, leads the break, and then gets the return pass from Chris Childs for the big slam. New York up by 1 at this point. The Spurs would come back to take a 4-point halftime lead. It's Duncan posting up Camby, hits the hook and gets the foul. He had 19 points in the first half. Well, in the third quarter, it would be all Spurs. Terry Porter finds Duncan. He had 33 points, 15 rebounds, and 5 assists. The San Antonio take this one by 13.
Well, the action was hot and heavy in Utah Monday, especially for the Jazz mascot. Utah hosting the LA Lakers in a Western Conference showdown. Late in the game, Karl Malone trying to bust things up, but he travels, and that was his reaction. The LA had a chance to win it, but Glenn Rice's shot at the buzzer is too strong, and we're going to overtime. In overtime, the Lakers down 2, but Rice does hit this time the tough turnaround jumper. But with just under 4 seconds to go in the overtime, Karl Malone, who had 31, had the 3 for the win, but it doesn't go, and we went to a second overtime. And in the second frame, John Stockton drives and kicks it to Quincy Lewis, who hits the fadeaway, put the Jazz up 3, and they would go on to win 105-101 to hand the suddenly slumping LA Lakers their 4th. Seattle's Brent Berry. A great give and go, and the circus scoop under the hoop for the layup. Beautiful circus shot. Yeah, put a tent over that circus. Couldn't prevent the Knicks from winning by 6, but we'll call it our World Sport play of the day.